Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Capricorn. If Capricorn is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so, Capricorn, we have the Moon card, which, listen, I'm always excited for. I'm so happy when I see the Moon card come up. Now, for other readers, they might see it as something that, could be negative energy, mental health stuff, or kind of living in a illusion or that kind of thing. I personally am a night side person myself, even though I'm up in the morning. I live as a day sider, but at my core, I am a night sider. So, I also see this card as being kind of like a playground of creativity, of surreal and wild and imaginary and thought forms and just kind of that place where we go to get inspiration. Okay, so let's see what it has to do with these tea leaves. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. Also, if you want to hit the like button or leave a comment, I would love to hear from you. And I wanted to mention over in the community section, there is a post over there. You can advertise your channel, your services, your business, your artwork, whatever it is that you do. Go advertise it over there. Post it up, okay? My husband and I, shout out to Dove and Serpent Tarot. We both like to put these posts up every few months so we can give you a space to maybe get some more followers, maybe get a customer or two, get some eyes on your work, okay? So you all support us, we're gonna support you, absolutely. And if you don't have anything to post still, go look at some of these channels or websites or, whatever people are sharing, because you might find something pretty dang cool. I know I have. I always love, I go through every single one. I check out all the websites. I subscribe to the channels and so I'm always happy when it's time to put that back up. Okay, so we're going to take a look here. We have what looks like a dog right here. You can see let me get my stick. You can see the ear up here. You can see the eye, the nose, the body. Okay, so we have a dog. And above it, it looks like we have a balloon right here. And I want to look at this one right here because it looks like we have a person who is playing with a dog down here. Okay, and you can kind of see them in motion. So the dog often represents a best friend, somebody important in your life. Not always an actual dog, but I do kind of wonder if this is an actual dog. I also see the medical staff, which is kind of the caduceus or caduceus, which is a staff with two serpents, two snakes kind of wrapped up along the shaft of it there. And so I wonder if you work in the medical field, or maybe you're having some health issues, or somebody in your life might be dealing with some pretty serious health stuff. Because I feel like it's really been weighing on you. There seems to be this real kind of well, I almost think it's like an anxiety or it's not necessarily anger, maybe an anxiety, a lamenting, just kind of this overwhelming doom feeling that is coming from whatever this medical, or maybe, like I said, maybe you work in the medical field and you just are burnt, you know, you're just so burnt out on it. It could be the hospital you work at, the administration and their rules and whatever, or it could be the patients or the hours or, whatever it is. But I feel like there's a lot of doom around this. And I feel like this is why the dog is coming up, because there really seems to be this like feeling of, I can't talk to anybody about this because it almost is like you perceive, or you're thinking that people look at your life and they think, okay, this person is so lucky, they have it all, they've done pretty dang well, what do they have to complain about? And so when you do have something serious going on, I think it's kind of in your nature to kind of just deal with it yourself. I don't think it's that you're hiding it, but almost kind of like you don't want to bother anybody with it. Okay? But I feel like there is just such a sense of loneliness in that. And I feel like it's something that is almost like corrosive, right? To feel so alone. And so I feel compelled to say, please talk to somebody. If it's not somebody that you have in your family, your friends group, a trusted confidant, maybe looking for a support group. Okay, maybe looking for counseling, therapy. I know I love to bring it up, but I do believe counseling, therapy, these kinds of things are so beneficial if you have the privilege and opportunity to actually access this kind of care. But, if you can find a person that you connect with enough to be able to kind of go in there and talk about some real things, I find it really to be something. Well, I always say it's like the Holy Trinity, right? And two of the parts of that Trinity are therapy, some kind of faith. It doesn't matter what it's in, but having faith in something outside of yourself or within yourself, or however you want to perceive it, that is not attached directly to your personality, your persona, your ego, that is so important as well. And these two things together are almost unstoppable. Okay? And I will never stop doing therapy. I'm like one of these lifer analysis people, right? And so, I think it's important, but what is most important is that you find someone or somewhere where you can connect with other people and they can hear you and you can hear them. Now, here's the other thing I like to talk about when we're talking about finding a place to kind of find support, to be able to express yourself. If you are not down with doing it in real life, in the physical, maybe looking into figuring out how to use Reddit. I know it took me a while to figure it out. But using something like Reddit, and I like to use Reddit as the example because it's easier to hide your identity there. Okay, as long as you can make a profile that doesn't have any ties to any of your other, like Facebook, it's kind of like you have to have, now not everybody does, but you kind of have to have like, your picture and name and persona and, you know, your family's on there and whatever. Reddit, not so much. You can totally be anonymous there. And there are subreddits for everything. Okay, so going on there and, you know, even just reading what people are posting, you might find that how you're feeling is not rare, right? That there are a lot of people who are struggling like you are. And so finding, and it's not to like go find somewhere where you can like, you know, you're just going to commiserate together and dig yourself deeper into a depression or anything. But I feel like it's a place where you can feel, okay, well, I'm not alone in this. Other people have felt how I feel. You know, it's not ridiculous. It's not irrational. This is something that is happening around me. Okay. And so I think finding some kind of fellowship, kindredness, super important. Okay. Now, let's see. Let's turn this a bit. Okay, so we have the number 6 right there. We have 2 people. It looks like they're reaching. Here's one up here, hand out. Here's another one, hand out, reaching for each other. We also have a fish. We have a crescent moon. We have a face right over here. You can see that face. We have another 6. We have, it looks like 6, 2, 6. And this one looks like it says Tom, T-O-M, Tom. Okay, so I feel like it's almost like a missed connection. Oh, and there's another 2, 22. So like a missed connection. And I feel like it's almost like you moved away from each other. This is about like circumstances led you apart, right? It might have been early in the relationship. It might have been, you know, somebody that you were getting to know. You hadn't even started dating really, but you knew that there was a connection. And I can feel that, and maybe this is a friendship as well. I don't know. It might not be romantic, but I do feel like money was a challenge, but there's money coming in, and that might be on their end or your end. But I did just see an eye when I was saying that, so I think it's probably you that's making some money. And I think this maybe will facilitate you being able to go and see them. And so this leads me to believe that you already are having conversations. You're maybe getting very close with each other again. We have AA. So maybe these are initials. I know we saw an X around here. Oh yes, right up there. So I wonder if this person, immediately I was thinking, is their name Alexander or Alexandra or something, Alex or something like this. But we have double A's. And I feel like I feel like it's almost like a great hope has returned to you. Almost like the wind is back in the sails a little bit. And I'm kind of even thinking that your family, your friends, family, a couple people at least in your private life, they seem to express some worry. right? And I think for you, you almost feel like they're kind of like these naysayers, or like they don't want you to be happy, or maybe they're jealous, or, you know, why are they always worrying about me? But I think that it's because it's coming from a place of care. I don't think it's meddling so much, although they might be somewhat meddlesome. But I feel like you're just really resolved to connect with this person again. And now, again, it doesn't have to be romantic. Maybe this is a friendship, but it feels like it's on a deeply spiritual level. Okay, so I really feel you both fighting to get back into each other's presence. Now, I'm going to use the Oracle of the Radiant Sun cards here. And we're just going to ask the Oracle, what's next here? What are the next moves? What are the things that are going to be happening, you know, in the next little few weeks, okay? Idealism. Okay, so maybe in your mind things are going to be way better. Way better than ever, you know, that you're imagining this utopian kind of outcome. Now we also have rebellion. Okay. Publicity. Friendship, inspiration, choice. Okay, so, and this one is choice here. Yeah, so I feel like there is kind of, I don't know why people are so worried about this or why they're getting involved. Maybe you've had some serious heartbreak in the past, or you know, something happened and it was really destabilizing for you. But I feel like for you, you're choosing. It's not, this isn't, you're some naive person. You don't know what the heck's going on. But I think you're choosing to be positive, to try to manifest the beautiful life and friendship and relationship that you've been wanting. And you know, it's not just going to come to you. You have to put in the work. And sometimes, yeah, take some chances. And where people are maybe kind of expressing their, you know, hella question marks. There, you know, I'm imagining online, and this is where we have the publicity, right? I wonder if this is happening on social media, right? Like you maybe have been vague posting, or you finally like put it out there for everybody to see, and you have people on there kind of like, what's going on? Who is this? What are you doing? You know, and I feel like it really does. It touches on that rebellious spirit that not everybody knows, like, not Cancer, Capricorn. I almost said Cancer, not Cancer. I meant Capricorn. This rebellious part of yourself that you have. We don't all think of Capricorn people as being, you know, like a rebellious Spitfire. But yeah, you are. Absolutely. And if you get a Capricorn into that kind of oppositional, what's the other word? Contrarian, or, you know, whatever mode. Ooh, boy, you better watch out, you know, because you're going to do whatever the heck you want to do. Nobody's going to tell you. Nobody's going to tell you. And nobody's going to pass judgment on what the heck you're doing, how you're living your life. Yeah. A Capricorn person's not going to put up with that. Okay? So I do see you, yes, it feels like this is an important friendship to you. And it's an inspired friendship. And it might be love as well, right? Romantic love. But I do see you making the choice here. what you're going to do. Despite what anybody else has to say, you know what's best for you. You know what you want, you need. Whoever this person is, if they're troubled or maybe in the past there's been some drama or, whatever it is, you're a good judge of character. And no matter what, I just imagine, right? And I've seen this quite a bit. We all have. Somebody who heads the family, takes care of everybody, raises their kids, and then they get to a certain age and all of a sudden their kids think that they know everything, right? And telling them what they can and can't do, or, kind of not maybe doing it so overtly, right? And I think that that's hard. It's hard for the person who is getting older. It's hard for the family members to know how to manage, how do I, even start to talk about these things. But I could see how being a Capricorn and being somebody who took care of a lot of people, who is a family person, who is probably somewhat accomplished or very accomplished in their work, their business, has lived probably a pretty, what people would consider a pretty productive life. And then suddenly other people are imposing their opinions and what you should and should not do. It makes you maybe feel like a kid again, like you're a teenager. Like, what the heck? I raised all of you, so why do you think that I can't decide who my own friends are? But I think that it comes from a place of care on their end. But I also think that unless there's some kind of, reason that you might need a caretaker or somebody to help assist you in your decision making, I would say that, yeah, you got to put up boundaries, and let it be known. I need your help sometimes, but you're not going to tell me what to do. Right? So, yeah, I think that ultimately, which, listen, we didn't really need the oracle cards for that because we already knew. Capricorn's going to do what they're going to do. For better or worse, right? Okay, let's go ahead. We're going to do our lucky numbers. 73. 86. 73, 86. 38. All right. There we go. There we go. All right. And then we're going to finish off with our inner child oracle cards. Okay. And I'm going to flip through here. Let's stop. Oops. Stop where it feels right. That one really wanted to come out. 34. Spend time in nature. Let the beauty of nature refresh your soul. Oh, yes. Let the beauty of nature refresh your soul. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's such a, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful where I'm at. I hate to brag about it, but I have to a little bit because honestly, it has nothing to do with me. So it's not really like I'm bragging for myself, but it is so beautiful here in the upper Midwest. The colors, orange, red, yellows, the sky, bright blue, and it's chilly and it feels like hot cider and, like a fuzzy sweater. And I don't know. I keep thinking I just want so much like apple bread, pumpkin bread, sourdough with the little apple butter on it, or it's a beautiful time of year. And yes, I keep finding myself like going out on one of the decks and just staring, just taking it in, just absolutely living my best life, staring out there, watching the animals, and the geese are starting to migrate south, and so they're out there a lot, and it's just beautiful. It's beautiful, and I can't stay mad. I can't stay mad. When I'm upset, when I get overstimulated, and you know, usually if I'm arguing with anybody, it's going to be my 4-year-old, right? And it gets to that point where I'm like, okay, need a break, and then go outside. Just go outside, look at some plants, look at some bugs, look at some, you know, clouds floating by, and then I feel myself again. And yeah. So yeah, spending some time outside, definitely. So Capricorn, I want to tell you I love you. Go check out that post in the community section if you have something to post, or if you just go look, go see, you know, who's on there. You might find another channel that you love. You might find, I know, I'm trying to remember what I read so far. There's been quite a few posts, but I know somebody said that they make a bunch of different kinds of journals that seem really neat. There is a person that does brown noise and ASMR with their like tractors and chainsaw and that kind of thing. So really interesting stuff. Lots of tarot readers. I love doing these posts too for selfish reason, because I like to go see all of these different readers. I follow everybody that posts on there every time, because I do these posts every few months. But I'll subscribe to each one. I'll check out some readings for each person. And I found some amazing people through these posts, both on my channel and on my husband's. And here's the other thing too. If you post on mine, go over to my husband's channel, Dove and Serpent Tarot. Post it on his community post as well, because there's so many people over there. Okay, I am about to hit 50K. Okay, I don't even know. He might even be at 300 by now. I'm not sure. But he has a lot of people on his channel. So go over there and advertise there too, or go check out the people advertising on his posts. Lots of cool things. So, yeah, I think that's it. I had to go pick up my daughter from school. So, all right. I'm going to tell you I love you, because I do. And yes, we're going to talk in just a few days. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and good night.